He's coming to Swansea.
And he is.
Him too.
And he as well.
They come to Swansea, of course. Only if they can beat Fulham first in their FA Cup replay. Gareth, draw couldn't have been any kinder for Swansea and Mountainers.
No, fantastic draw, isn't it? Very exciting. The mighty Manchester United possibly at the Liberty Stadium, but as you say, unfortunately it's not there yet. Not certain yet. So probably should have been. Swansea were excellent the weekend, outplayed Fulham from start to finish really, and unfortunately, thanks to a scruffy own goal and their failure to take their chances, they're going to have to do it all again against Fulham next week and go and try to win at Craven Cottage to set up the prize of United coming to the Liberty.
Well, I can't wait for Swansea to test themselves against players of that calibre and a manager of that calibre.
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, I think Swans fans have been waiting a long time for a game like this. I mean, it nearly came last year with Liverpool, of course. Nobody needs reminding that Swansea went and lost to Havant and Waterlooville and missed out on a trip to Anfield. But this time, obviously, fingers crossed that they can clinch it. Sir Alex Ferguson and the players we've mentioned, coming to the Liberty would just be just a dream really for the players, the Swansea players, the fans. It'd be the biggest event at the Liberty. Just a huge day.
Swans will go to Craven Cottage as underdogs really, won't they? But they should have nothing to fear really after the first game. Some people would have expected them to put Fulham away with the chances they had.
Yeah, well, like we say, they should have won it. They should have won it. And Swansea were excellent really. Been earning rave reviews in the national press and the TV and the radio. Everybody's saying nice things about Swansea, and quite right too. They were excellent. I mean, we've seen it all season really, but it's great to see them doing it against Premier League opposition. I think it's going to be a lot harder. I mean, it goes without saying, really, going to Fulham. That's where they've got most of their results this season at home. So a lot trickier than beating at the weekend might have been. But Swansea definitely are in with a chance. They won at Portsmouth in the last round. So why shouldn't they do it again?
Old Trafford's a big incentive, but the most important game for them now is Watford at Vicarage Road.
Yeah, they've got to try and forget about Manchester United and concentrate on Watford, as you say. Maybe not quite as sexy, not as glamorous, but it's a big game nevertheless. Martinez will probably tell you that it's more important, in fact, that Swansea get a result at Watford than they do at Fulham next week, because the Championship is where they really want to make a mark this season. He's spoken about getting into the playoffs, and if they're going to get there, they need to take points from this sort of game.
Watford are a team Swansea know plenty about the season, and played them already twice at the Liberty. But how are they faring in the Championship?
Well, struggling, aren't they, Watford? It's been a difficult year, got a change of manager. I don't think there's a lot of money there, a lot of good players left. Swansea beat them comfortably in the league at the Liberty early in the season, and then a sort of weakened Swansea team lost to them a couple of days later in the League Cup. But Watford, it's been a struggle for them. They're in a relegation battle. But saying that, it won't be an easy game. Southampton a couple of weeks back, they're down there with Watford, and they gave Swansea a right old challenge. Went ahead, and it was only when Southampton went down to 10 men that Swansea got ahead and looked like they were winning the game. Even then, Saints got back and ended up getting a point. So it'll be a tough challenge.
Excellent. So the Red Devils are in waiting for Swansea. But first, they'll be hoping to take the sting of the Hornets.